CA Intermediate Course Study Material Paper 8 B Economics for Finance. This is the syllabus. पेपर 8 फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट एंड इकोनॉमिक फॉर फाइनेंस. ये एक पेपर होता है 3 आवर्स का, जिसके कि 100 मार्क्स होते हैं, जिसमें सेक्शन बी जो इकोनॉमिक्स फॉर फाइनेंस है वो 40 मार्क्स का होता है. इसका ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है इसके पढ़ने का? टू डेवलप द अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द कॉन्सेप्ट एंड थ्योरीज ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स इन द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ फाइनेंस एंड एक्वायर द एबिलिटी टू एड्रेस द एप्लीकेशन ओरिएंटेड इश्यूज़. सबसे पहले आएगा हमारा डिटर्मिनेशन ऑफ नेशनल इनकम. फर्स्ट, मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स एग्रीगेट्स एंड मेजरमेंट ऑफ नेशनल इनकम्स. द कीसियंस थ्योरी ऑफ डिटर्मिनेशन ऑफ नेशनल इनकम. सेकेंड, पब्लिक फाइनेंस में भी 4 यूनिट्स. फिजिकल फंक्शन एंड ओवरव्यू. मार्केट फेलियर क्यों होता है, गवर्नमेंट इंटरवेंशन टू करेक्ट द मार्केट फेलियर. गवर्नमेंट के क्या रोल्स होते हैं मार्केट करेक्शन करने के लिए. फिजिकल पॉलिसी. थर्ड है मनी मार्केट, कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ मनी डिमांड, इम्पोर्टेंट थ्योरीज ऑफ डिमांड फॉर मनी, कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ मनी सप्लाई, मॉनेटरी पॉलिसीज, इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड, थ्योरीज ऑफ इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड, trade policies, instruments of trade policies, trade negotiation, exchange rates and its economics effects, international capital movements, foreign direct investments. अब डायरेक्ट हम चैप्टर की तरफ चलते हैं. कंटेंट्स भी देख ही लेते हैं एक बार, पहले चैप्टर्स का कंटेंट. चैप्टर 1 जिसमें यूनिट्स है, 2 यूनिट्स हैं. नेशनल इनकम अकाउंटिंग, पहले इंट्रोडक्शन होगा, उसके बाद यूज़फुल एंड सिग्निफिकेंट ऑफ नेशनल इनकम एस्टिमेट्स, डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ नेशनल इनकम, मेजरमेंट ऑफ नेशनल इनकम इन इंडिया, सिस्टम ऑफ रिलीजन अकाउंटिंग इन इंडिया, जीडीपी एंड वेलफेयर, लिमिटेशन एंड चैलेंजेस ऑफ इनकम कंपटीशन. लास्ट में हमारा होगा समरी, चैप्टर की समरी. जो यूनिट 2 है उसमें है कीनेशियन थ्योरी ऑफ डिटर्मिनेशन ऑफ नेशनल इनकम. सबसे पहले इंट्रोडक्शन, फिर सर्कुलर फ्लो इन सिंपल 2 फैक्टर्स मॉडल, फिर बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट एंड फंक्शन, फिर द 2 सेक्टर मॉडल ऑफ नेशनल इनकम डिटर्मिनेशन, द इन्वेस्टमेंट मल्टीप्लायर्स, द डिटर्मिनेशन ऑफ equilibrium income 3 sectors model, determination of equilibrium income 4 sectors model, फिर लास्ट में कंक्लूजन, फिर समरी. अब डायरेक्ट हम चैप्टर की तरफ चलते हैं. डिटर्मिनेशन ऑफ नेशनल इनकम. नेशनल इनकम अकाउंटिंग, इस यूनिट 1 में नेशनल इनकम अकाउंटिंग. लर्निंग आउटकम्स, इससे हमें क्या क्या सीखना है. एट द एंड ऑफ द यूनिट यू विल एबल टू डिफाइन द नेशनल इनकम. नेशनल इनकम क्या होता है वो हमें आना चाहिए. एक्सप्लेन द यूज़फुलनेस एंड सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ नेशनल इनकम एस्टिमेट्स. यूज़फुलनेस क्या है और उसकी सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है नेशनल इनकम के. डिफरेंस अमॉन्ग द वेरियस कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ नेशनल इनकम. नेशनल इनकम के डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट्स आने चाहिए हमें. आउटलाइन, डिस्क्राइब द डिफरेंट मेथड ऑफ कैलकुलेशन ऑफ नेशनल इनकम. कई सारे डिफरेंट मेथड्स हम पढ़ेंगे कैलकुलेशन ऑफ नेशनल इनकम. आउटलाइन द मेजरमेंट ऑफ नेशनल इनकम इन इंडिया. डिस्क्राइब द सिस्टम ऑफ रिलीजन अकाउंट इन इंडिया. आइडेंटिफाई द चैलेंजेस इन्वॉल्व इन नेशनल इनकम कंपटीशन. जो चैलेंजेस होंगे वो भी हम देखेंगे. एक यूनिट का ओवरव्यू लेते हैं। सबसे पहले यूनिट ओवरव्यू। डिटर्मिनेशन ऑफ नेशनल इनकम। नेशनल इनकम अकाउंटिंग क्यों करते हैं हम डिटर्मिनेशन ऑफ नेशनल इनकम? नेशनल इनकम अकाउंटिंग के लिए डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ नेशनल इनकम होता है इसमें। मेजरमेंट ऑफ नेशनल इनकम इन इंडिया, लिमिटेशन एंड चैलेंजेस ऑफ नेशनल इनकम कंपटीशन। लिमिटेशंस होते हैं, जो चैलेंजेस होते हैं नेशनल इनकम कंपटीशन के। इंट्रोडक्शन। द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ एन इकोनॉमी डिपेंड अपॉन द आउटपुट ऑफ goods and services produced by it. The performance of economic depend upon the output of goods and services produced by it. जो इकोनॉमी है वो किस चीज़ पे डिपेंड करती है? आउटपुट ऑफ गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज, जो कोई भी प्रोड्यूस करते हैं। जस्ट देयर अकाउंटिंग कन्वेंशन विच मेजर्स द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ द बिजनेस। देयर आर कन्वेंशन for measuring and analyzing economics depends performance of national income accounting pioneered by the such measures. National income is an important macroeconomics aggregate forming the basic of modern macroeconomics analysis and provides detailed measures of value and composition of national output and incomes generated in the production of that output. National income is defined as the net value of all economic goods and services produced within the domestic territory of country in an accounting year plus net factor income from abroad. There are just as there are accounting convention which measures the performance of the business, there are convention for measuring and analyzing the economic performance of the nation. National income accounting pioneered by the Nobel Prize winning economist Simon Kunjnets and Richard Stone is one of such measures. National income is an important microeconomics aggregates measures of the value comparison of the national output and the income generated in the production of output. National income is defined as net value of all economic goods and services produced within the domestic territory of the country in an accounting year plus the net factor of income from abroad. जो नेशनल इनकम है उसे कैसे डिफाइन किया जाता है? नेट वैल्यू ऑफ ऑल इकोनॉमिक्स गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज प्रोड्यूस विद इन द डोमेस्टिक टेरिटरी, देश के अंदर ऑफ द कंट्री इन एन अकाउंटिंग ईयर में, प्लस द नेट फैक्टर ऑफ इनकम फ्रॉम अब्रॉड, जो बाहर से भी इनकम आती है उसे भी नेशनल इनकम ही माना जाता है। अकॉर्डिंग टू द सेंट्रल स्टैटिस्टिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन CSO, national income is the sum of factors income generated by the normal residents of the country in the form of wages, rent, interest and profit in the accounting year. जो सेंट्रल स्टैटिस्टिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है उनके द्वारा नेशनल इनकम इज द सम ऑफ फैक्टर्स इनकम जनरेटेड बाय नेशनल नॉर्मल रेजिडेंस, जो यहाँ के रेजिडेंस है वो बाहर जाके अगर कोई वेजेस कमाते हैं या किसी रेंट फॉर्म में या किसी इंटरेस्ट में कहीं इन्वेस्ट किया है उसके थ्रू इंटरेस्ट मिलता है, एंड प्रॉफिट इन द अकाउंटिंग ईयर, कोई भी प्रॉफिट मिलता है उन सारे को नेशनल इनकम माना जाता है। द यूज़फुलनेस एंड सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ नेशनल इनकम एस्टिमेट्स, इसकी क्या क्या यूज़फुलनेस है, क्या क्या उपयोग होने वाले हैं, और फीचर्स क्या है इसके, फीचर्स ऑफ नेशनल इनकम एस्टिमेट्स। नेशनल इनकम accounts are fundamental aggregate statistics in microeconomics and analysis and extremely useful especially for the emerging and transition economics. National income account are fundamental aggregate statistics, macroeconomics analysis and extremely useful especially for emerging and transition economics. National income accounts provides an comprehensive and conceptual and accounting framework for analyzing and evaluating short-term performance of an economy. The level of national income indicates the level of economic activity and economic development as well as aggregate demands for goods and services of the country. National income accounts provide a comprehensive conceptual accounting framework for analyzing and evaluating the short-run performance of an economy. The level of national income indicates the level of economic activity and economic development as well as aggregate demand for goods and services of the country. The distribution pattern of the national income determines the pattern of demand for goods and services, enables the business to forecast the future demand for their product. The distribution pattern of national income determines the pattern of demand for goods and services and enables businesses to forecast the future demand for the products. Economic welfare depends to a considerable extent on the magnitude and distribution of national income, size of per capita income, and growth of these over time. The estimate of national income shows the composition and structure of national income in terms of different sectors of the economy, the periodical variation in them, and the broad sectoral shift in the economy over time. It is also possible to make temporal and spatial comparison of the trends and speed of economic progress and development. Using this information, the government can fix various sector-specific development targets for different sectors of economic and formulate suitable development plan and policies to increase growth rates. National income statistics also provide the quantitative basic for the macroeconomic modeling and analyzing for assessing and choosing the economic policy for the objective statement as well as evolution of government economic policies. These figures often influence popular and political judgment about the relative success of economic program. National income estimates throw light on light on income distribution and the possible inequalities in distribution among the different categories of the income earners. It also possible to make the comparison of the structural statistics such as ratio of investment taxes or government expenditure to GDP. International comparison in respect of income and living standard assist in determination eligible for loans and other funds or condition under which such loans and funds are made available. The national income data are also useful to determine the share of national contribution to the various international bodies combined with the financial and monetary data. National income data provides a guides to make policies for growth and inflation. National income or the relevant components of it is an indispensable variable consideration in economic forecasting and to make the projection about the future development trends of economy. 1.3 डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऑफ नेशनल इनकम. बहुत सारे डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं. बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स and definition of the term of national of the terms used in national accounts. largely follows those given in UN System of National Accounts. UN System of National Account (SNA), developed by the United Nations to provide the comprehensive, conceptual, and accounting framework for compiling and reporting macroeconomic statistics for the analyzing and evaluating the performance of an economy. Each of these concepts has a specific meaning, use, and method of measurement. National income accounts have three sides: a product side, an expenditure side, and an income side. Product side measures the production based on concept of the value added. Expenditure side look at the financial sales of the goods and services, whereas the income sides measures the distribution of the proceeds for sale to different factors of the production. Accordingly, national income is a measure of the total flow of earning of the factor owner, which they receive only through the production of goods and services. The national income is the sum of all the incomes accruing over a specific period to the residents of the country and consists of wages, salaries, profit and profit, rent and interest. On the product side, there are two widely reported measures of overall production, namely gross domestic product and gross national product. Gross domestic product and gross national product. Gross domestic product. Gross domestic product is a measure of the market value of all final economic goods and services gross of depreciation produced within the domestic territory of a country during the given time period. It is a sum of total of value added by all producing units in the domestic territory and includes value added by current production by foreign residents or the foreign owned firms. The term gross implies that GDP is measured gross of depreciation. Domestic refers to the geographic confines of a country. For example, if a Chinese citizen works temporarily in India, her production is a part of Indian GDP. If the Indian citizen owns a factory in another country, example Germany, the production at her factory is not part of Indian GDP. However, GDP excludes the transfer payments. Financial transaction and non-reported output generated through illegal transactions such as narcotics and gambling. Gross domestic product is a factor of is is in fact gross domestic product at market prices, GDP MP, because the value of goods and services is determined by the common measuring unit of money, or it is evaluated at market prices. Money enables us to measure and find the aggregate of different type of products expressed in different unit of measurement by converting them in term of rupees. Says tons of wheat may thus be added with the millions of apples and with the value of services such as aeroplane journey. GDP MP is equal to value of output in domestic territories minus value of intermediate consumption. GDP gross domestic product at market price equal to sums of value added. While learning about the national income, there are few important points which one needed to bear in mind. The value of only the final goods and services, or the only value added by the production process would be included in GDP. The final goods refer to those goods which are used either for consumption or for the investment. They are neither resold nor undergo further transformation in the process of production. The distinction between the intermediate goods and final goods is made on the basis of the end use. If the goods is for consumption and or investment, then the final goods then it is the final goods. By the value added we means the difference between the value of output and purchase of intermediate goods. Value added represents the contribution of labor and capital to produce to the production process. Intermediate goods refer to those goods which are used either for resale or for the further production of in the same year. They do not end up in final consumption and are not capital goods either. The intermediate goods or services may be either transformed or used by the production process. They have derived demand. Intermediate goods are used up in the same year. If they remain for more than 1 year, they are treated as final goods. Intermediate consumption consists of the value of goods and services consumed as input by the process of production, excludes the fixed assets whose consumption is recorded as consumption for the fixed capital. Intermediate goods are used to produce the other goods rather than being sold to final purchases are not counted. It would be involved double counting. The intermediate goods or services may be either transformed or used by the production process. For example, the value of flour used in making bread would not be counted as it includes while bread is counted. This is because flour is an intermediate goods in making bread process. Similarly, if we include the value of automobile in GDP, we should not be we should not be including the value of tires separately. Gross domestic product is a measure of production activity. GDP covers all production activity recognized by SNA called the production boundary. The production boundary covers the production of almost all goods and services classified in the National Industry Classification (NIC). Production of agricultural, forestry, and fishing, which are used for own consumption of producer, is also included in the production boundary. Thus, gross domestic product of any national represents the sum total of gross value added GVA, that is without discounting for capital consumption or depreciation in all the sectors of that economy during the said year. Economic activities as distinguished from non-economic activities includes all human activities which creates goods and services that are exchanged in the market and value at market prices. Non-economic activities are those which produce the goods and services, but since these are not exchanged in a market transaction, they do not command any market value. For example, hobbies, housekeeping and child rearing, services of homemakers, and services of family members that are done out of love and affection. National income is a flow of measure of is a flow measure of output per time period. For example, per year, and includes only those goods and services produced in the current period, that is produced during the time interval under consideration. The value of market transactions such as exchange of goods which are which already exist or previously produced do not enter into the calculation of national income. Therefore, the value of assets such as stock and bonds which are exchanged during the pertinent period are not included in national income as these do not directly involve the current production of goods and services. However, the value of services that accompany the sales and purchase, example fees paid to the real estate agent and lower, represents the current production and therefore included in the national income. An important point to remember in that two types of goods used in the production process are counted GDP, namely capital goods, business plant and equipments purchase, and inventory investment. The net changes in inventory of final goods awaiting sale of or of material used in the production, which may be positive or negative. Inventories are treated as capital addition to inventories. Stock of the final goods and material belongs to GDP because they are currently produced output. The national income is in real term when available by the industry of origin give an measure of structural changes in the pattern of production in country, which is a vital of for economic analysis. Nominal GDP versus the real GDP. GDP at the current and constant prices. When GDP is estimated on the basis of current year market prices, it is called the normal GDP or the GDP at current prices. For example, GDP of the year 2020 2020 2020-21 may be measured using the price of 2020-21. Nominal GDP change from year to year for two reasons. First, the amount of goods and services produced changes, and the second, market prices changes. The changes in GDP due to the change in the market prices fail to correctly explain the performance of economic in producing goods and services. Therefore, for the marketing comparison of GDP at the different point of time, we need to compute the real GDP. The real GDP is calculated in such a way that goods and services produced in a particular year are evaluated at some constant set of prices or constant prices. In other words, it is calculated using the price of selected base year. For example, if 2011-12 is selected as a base year, then the real GDP for 2020-21 will be calculated by taking the quantities of all goods and services produced in 2020-21 and multiply them by their 2011-12 prices. Thus, the real GDP or GDP at constant prices refer to the total money value of the final goods and services produced within the domestic territory of the country during an accounting year, estimated using the base year prices. Real GDP is an inflation adjusted measure and is not affected by the change in prices. It changes only when there is change in amount of output produced in economy. Real GDP is a better measure of economic well-being as it shows the true picture of change in production of an economy. The calculation of real GDP gives us the useful measure of inflation known as the GDP deflator. The GDP deflator is the ratio of nominal GDP in a given year to the real GDP of the year. The calculation of real GDP as useful measure of inflation is known as GDP deflator. The GDP deflator is the ratio of nominal GDP in the given year to the real GDP of that year. GDP deflator equal to nominal GDP upon real GDP into 100.